Greetings, this is Sloshworks and welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut. And as you guys well know, we redeemed ourselves and successfully finished this particular mission, so we're just going to jump straight in the van and head on. Thank Christ that's over with. You're okay, Alexander, says Dietrich. The young man looks shell-shocked. He holds his rifle clenched tight in his trembling hands. Yeah. Uncle Dietrich? Yeah, I'm okay. But those guys, I knew them. One of them was my bunkmate. I killed him. It couldn't be helped. If you hadn't, he'd have killed you. Believe it. We're going to take you away from here back to the cruise base and get you the help that you need. Yeah, okay, Uncle. Okay. Dietrich glances over his shoulder, locks eyes with you. Thanks for this, boss. My nephew is safe and I owe you. One other thing, the Dragon Slayer is happy too. We just did a ballsy thing, protected my family, and gave a monster a bloody nose in the process. Why would I say either of these things, Mike? I am a shaman, he is my buddy. We are glad to hear that he approves. You should be. When the Dragon Slayer is pleased, he tends to be generous with his rewards. He grins. I can feel the power coursing through me, boss. I don't know what form it'll take yet, but it's there, and soon enough I'll be able to use it. I don't mean to break this up. We need to get moving. Kid, you're with us. The rest of you pile into the other van. You can continue having your moment when we get back to Shutnest. Still, it sounds like Shitnest to me. I'm about to leave, where there's nothing else I can think of that we needed to get there. I'm pretty sure we got everything. The U-Bahn ride home feels especially comforting today. The Berlin chapter of the Humanist Poly Club has suffered a terrible blow, and you're the one who dealt it. Volker-Stahl's plan to incite a wave of bloody violence across Berlin has been derailed. It isn't often that a Shadowrunner gets I'll try that again. It isn't often a Shadowrunner gets to prevent an atrocity on the job. But yes, after rewatching the videos over, the last 4, as I edited them and all that kind of stuff, the difference when I was overtired and when I was paying attention was pretty massive. So thanks to everybody for pointing out what I did wrong and showing me how to do a much better job. You are awesome, and you made my life so much easier. Hello? New objective: notify Samuel and talk to Amsel. Your PDA rings and the face of your fixer, Paul Amsel, appears on the screen. Slosh, I have new information to discuss about the estate. Please come as soon as you can. Okay, so we're going to go talk to this Samuel dude over here. Hello again, mein friend. What can I do for you? Okay. Say, how is Silk doing? Yes, she mentioned that you had sent her. I don't know what you told her, Slosh, but whatever you said, it worked. Silk's determination is truly inspiring. A cram habit is a difficult thing to beat, but I don't doubt that she will make it. Oh, excellent! So that chick who had the massive habit's actually going and getting help. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think we didn't actually know about his charity before. So let's actually ask about it now, so we know what we did before when we didn't know what we were doing. So what about your charity? Yes, it isn't much, but we do what we can. Such as, give me specifics. He clears his throat. Then begins to count off on his fingers. What's he counting? In the past several years, I have established a shelter where the dispossessed can sleep, a soup kitchen to feed the hungry, and a library for the people of the cruise base to better themselves. It isn't much, I admit, but it's a start. As a librarian myself, 2 thumbs up for the library. A good start, Samuel. You mustn't be so hard on yourself, says a volunteer worker. There are limits to what man, even a determined man, can accomplish. This is true. He nods to the orc at his side. Thankfully, some of the residents that I've helped over the years have come back around to help me. And that's how things work. Good things go to good people who do good things. It goes around in a circle. I've always felt that way. You always do right by other people, and in the end, it will come back to you. I've got 15 assorted orcs and trolls from all around the cruise base are working with me now. They help me man the soup line. Well, shouldn't that be orc the soup line? Or troll the soup line? Or is that just like modern day PC absolute bollocks? Anyway, stock the library shelves and to do all of the hundreds of other little things that a community organisation needs done every day. These extraordinary individuals are living proof that what we do here has value. They are my inspiration to continue forward. She beams at the compliment. her body language, it is clear that she idolizes him. Now, do you have any more questions? If not, I will bid you good day. I don't wish to sound self-important or rude, but there are many pressing matters that demand my time. I'm going to ask this because I'm an elf, and I'm pissed off. Look, I'm angry. 15 assorted orcs and trolls. Does that mean that other races aren't welcome within your organization? That's taking a rather narrow view of what we do. Yes, it is true that my assistants are all members of the goblinoid races. It is also true that before they accepted my help, they were thieves, gangers, and deadbeats. It is not because they were bad people. This is because those of us with goblinoid traits are feared, mistreated, and denied gainful employment by a society that hates us. I hire only goblinoids because mainstream human society has created a need for me to hire only goblinoids. Okay. The orcs and trolls of the cruise base deserve a workplace where they will be treated with dignity and respect. All that being said, our services are available to all. We wouldn't turn a desperate person away, regardless of that person's metatype. Even humans, the most privileged of all races, are welcome at our door. And that's what's most important. I don't know what my character would say right now. I'm an elf. I'm going to say... Because, no, it's true, because he is helping the human. So, yeah, I agree with what you're doing. So, thing. He nods slightly. Thank you for saying so. Now, is there something else you'd like to talk about? I have uncovered what Humanus is up to. You'll find the details on this data pad. We have removed the Operation False Flag planning report. Beckenbauer eyes the plans on the data pad, then nods grimly. This fits with Humanus' established pattern of behaviour, horrific and vile. According to this datapad, Humanus compounds all over Berlin have received similar shipments. They are planning to deploy the gas tomorrow morning. He exhales sharply, then nods again. I have a feeling that the Flux State will have a thing or two to say about that. Stahl has overstepped his bounds. His hubris will be his undoing. Actually, I was his undoing. Volker Stahl is no longer among the living. That is excellent news. I am not ashamed to say that I wish the man dead. He deserved whatever you did to him. I actually think it was over a little bit too quick. And now, I'm going to see to it that the rest of his twisted organisation suffers in the same way that he did. You mark my words. Within the next few hours, the Humanus Poly Club is going to take a hammering that will make the Night of Rage look like a peace rally. Owe you a great deal, Slosh. We all do. I will wire your payment to the account number that Amsel provided. Now, how much are we going to get? We haven't got anything yet. So we've spoken to him. We've been up here. Should we go up here and have a little bit of a look? A bit of a gander. Now there is... What's Der Winkler? Oh, that's that statue and that's the phone booth. Now, that was the phone booth we had to actually hand the things into, isn't it? So if we go here... we would deliver the Humanus donor list. The machine accepts the data... Upload and only a few moments later, so we got 500 million. A certified credit stick is spat out of the coin slot. The phone's old LCD. Readout displays the text, freedom, equality, information, Shockwell and writer. See, I went up there for a reason. Totally remembered that that's exactly what we had to do. Now, I can't remember what's down here. Shall we go down here? I really can't remember what's down here. I don't know if I've been here before. Okay, this is Der Wienkeller. And we can talk to Lucky Strike. Sounds like a cigarette. Is Lucky Strike a cigarette? A young woman stands at the bar smoking a cigarette. You've seen her face before. Lucky Strike, one of the mercenaries from Monica's files. A plume of blue-grey smoke spills from the corner of her mouth as she turns her attention to you. Hey. Oh, how cool is that? That is awesome. The distinctive circuit pattern tattoos that line her face shimmer and pulse with light. Need something? I don't believe that we've met. I'm Slosh. Yeah, I know who you are. She takes a drag on a cigarette. How you holding up, champ? I heard what happened to your boss. She wasn't just my boss. She was a friend. Pardon me. She smirks and lets the smoke escape from the corner of her mouth. Yeah, well, you know. Sorry for your loss and all that. A lot of people are still torn up about it. So you need something, or you're just going to stand there staring? Why'd you bring up Monica? Did you know her? I met her a couple of times, seemed nice enough. She takes another drag on a cigarette. but I mostly knew her by reputation. You can't live in this Keys without hearing about the Queen of the Cruise Baser. She pauses, then slowly lets the smoke escape through her nostrils. Can't say that I was a fan. Oh, God, shit, I don't know what to say here. That's your prerogative, but then you didn't really know her. That's true, but I do have eyes, and I can see what's been happening to the cruise bases since she got geeked. The whole place is falling apart, isn't it? And why do you think that is? How much am I going to stand up for her? I mean, I did tell the other dude that we used to be, like, intimates and stuff. So, I guess I'm going to have to say the second one. My guess would be that a variety of factors are to blame, but it sounds to me like you're going to blame it all on Monica. She smirks at you. Ooh, touche. Alright, let's assume that there are a bunch of different things going on. That doesn't change the fact that the illustrious Frau Schaefer made herself into a leader here, and guess what? In an anarchist system, there aren't supposed to be any leaders. Lucky Strike taps out her cigarette and leans toward you, a predatory grin on her face. You and your friends, you followed Monica too, obeyed her orders without question, right? Not without question, there were debates. And at the end of those debates, Monica would put her foot down, right? And you'd wind up doing whatever she said, right? She smirks at you. Don't bother answering. It was a rhetorical question. I don't like this chick. I also don't think anarchy works in its purest sense. Because... I mean, it can't. Logically, it can't. So for such a rabid anarchist, your friend seemed awfully comfortable being in power. Kind of a contradiction in terms, don't you think? Yes, actually, all your points are valid. Whatever. She blinks. Huh. I got to admit, I wasn't expecting that. She was your friend after all. And you're following right in her footsteps. No, I did say she was my friend, and no way. I don't put my friends on pedestals. Monica made mistakes. I think that's the best answer. But then why did you step into her shoes? Why are you making all the same decisions that she did? My friends need help. That's how I give it to them. If you've got a problem with that. I'm not, but you're looking at this from outside. You can't see the big picture. My friends need help. This is how I give it to them. If you've got a problem with that, I don't know why we're still talking. Easy there, Tiger. No need to get hostile. She raises her hands in supplication. And of course, I don't have a problem with you helping your friends. But, word of advice, in a place like this, stacking too much power on any one person is dangerous. Not just for that one person, but for everybody. She turns away. The last thing that we need for you is for you to eat a bullet, and for this whole place to fall apart again. I was thinking we were gonna get to have her as a team member or something. How wrong look at this dude. I think he's cooking, but he's not really doing much. He's a bit off the table. I'll maybe give you a back rub. Oh yeah. So it doesn't actually look like there's anything we can do here. We may as well go and explore these rooms as much as we possibly can. I actually don't think there's going to be anything in here that we can interact with. I think Lucky Strike's going to be the only person who's there. Doesn't look like anybody else is leveled, so we're just going to... Eiger, Blitz, Glory, Dietrich. Eiger, Blitz, Glory, Dietrich. So we don't... We'll go cancel. We don't... I thought we might get Alexander. That's interesting. Maybe we might a little bit down the line. Maybe. So we may as well head down to where we're supposed to go. Head back to Am. So how much money do we have now? 1,238. We'll see what happens when we go down here. See if I get a massive amount of talking like we seem to. Let's talk to Blitz. Blitz stubs out his cigarette at your approach. Slosh, I was hoping I'd see you. Do you have another run lined up for us yet? I'm strapped for cash. Why the hell are you strapped for cash? With the amount of work we've been doing, you should be rolling in million. What can I say, Chief? He tries on a thoroughly unconvincing smile, but immediately seems to think better of it. The anxious look returns to his face. I have expensive tastes. Okay, let's find out if there's something wrong with this dude. Okay, how expensive are we talking here? Even if you had a raging cram habit, I think you'd have at least some money left. Expensive. Truth be told, I'm in debt. In debt to who? He hesitates before responding. When he does, his voice carries an edge of annoyance. No offense, but this is getting a little too personal, Chief. My debts are none of your business. What is the best way to go here? I like this one. It's me not being too much of a bitch. You come to me begging for work and then tell me that it's none of my business? No, Blitz. You tell me why you need the money. Blitz shakes his head in exasperation. Alright, fine. First off, you don't need to worry about anyone coming after me. My debts are to a bunch of old contacts. If I don't pay them, I'm going to lose them. In this line of work, it isn't smart to burn bridges. Second, before you ask, those debts are for services rendered. I was in a tight spot, I needed some help, I threw around a lot of IOUs to get it. Third, and finally, the trouble I was involved in, for you with a girl, I mean, this is your own fault. I'll tell you about it if you ask me to, but we're verging deep into personal territory. So if you don't want to hear me sob over my ex-girlfriend, we'll drop the subject now. Go ahead, tell me I'm interested. Blitz meets your gaze for a moment and looks away and sighs. Alright, where to begin? I met Emily in Dragonfall. She was the first person who was ever more important to me than myself. I think the only person who's ever been more important to you, Blitz, from what I know of you. I was crazy about her, Chief. To this day, she's the only person I've ever met who could outdeck me. And the real kicker is that she wasn't even a decker by trade. There was nothing she wasn't good at. I love double negatives. My favourite double negative is, I don't know no one who don't swear none. I think that's like 5 negatives. I love it. I like to dabble in rigging, but Emily, that girl could pick up anything that she set her mind to. Sounds like a hell of a girl. She made things right. No matter how stupid I was, no matter what I get myself into, she made it right. I don't think much of many people, Chief. Emotional attachments aren't really my thing. Love seems like a diluted word these days, so I won't waste it on Emily. Let's just say she was important to me. Then I lost her. I didn't know what was happening. It just came out of nowhere. One day she was just gone. Pardon me. Along with most of her decking gear. The only explanation was a handwritten note on old-fashioned paper. Leave me alone. Oh my god, he stalked her. That was it. We'd been together for years, and that was all she left me. That and this beat-up old cyberdeck. Naturally, I freaked. We'd had our fair share of arguments, but we never had a huge blowout or anything. I couldn't think of anything that would drive her to do a thing like that. Mostly, I felt hurt, so I searched for her. In the real world, and in the Matrix. And when that turned up nothing, I started tapping my contacts. That was when I started racking up debt. So did you find her? No. No, she's gone, Slosh. Without a trace. I looked high, I looked low, I poked into everything I could think of, and all my contacts did the same. He shakes his head. She's gone, Chief. At this point I've accepted that, but I still have to repay those debts. I'm surprised that you've given up. I'm gonna get this guy in deeper debt. I'm gonna be that dude. Once I gotta blow the dust out of my mouth. I don't even know how that got in there. I am surprised that you gave up so easily. There must be some place you have looked at to make you spend more money. He blinks. I don't know, Slush. I really did look everywhere at great personal cost. If she means that much to you, you owe it to yourself to try. I'm being such a bastard. Why would I do that to him? Oh, I feel horrible. Yeah, you might be right. He shakes his head. Fuck. I thought I was done with this. But you're right, without some kind of closure, I'm never going to be at peace with this. Thanks for the talk, Jig. I'll let you know how it goes. You do that, Blitz. Good luck. I feel like I've been an absolute dick to that guy. Oh, where's my dog? There's my dog, Dante. I'm going to pet him, because he's my buddy. Oof. No, I don't want to watch the DVDs. We've already done that. I'm going to go talk to Dietrich quickly before I go over and talk to Am. So actually, I might talk to everybody first. Let's talk to Dietrich. You really came through for me, boss. You ever need anything from me? Anything at all, then you call on me. I'll come running. How's Alexander holding up? He's a good kid, that nephew of mine. Give him some time and he'll shake Styles programming. It might take a while, but he'll adjust to life here in the cruise base. In the meantime, found a good home for him. Samuel's agreed to take him in. Is that wise? Samuel's employees have no love for humanists. Most of them don't even like humans. Best thing for that kid will be to learn through immersion. If he stays with Samuel's group, he'll have no choice but to interact with metahumans. Soon enough, he'll learn they are no different than anyone else. I actually kind of agree with that. I think that's smart. First few days will be rough, no question. God damn, yeah, man. But he'll make it through and come out the other side a better man for it. He seems like a tough kid. I don't doubt that you're right. I reckon my guy's he's a positive dude. Dietrich claps you on the shoulder. You're a good man, boss. On to other things. Remember what I was telling you back before we climbed into the van? Yeah. You were saying that the Dragon Slayer was happy that you've been given a reward. That's right. Thanks to our, let's not mince words, heroic actions back in that swine pit, the Dragon Slayer has seen fit to grant me his favour. His grin widens, and now I know what that means and what I can do with it. Well, don't keep me in suspense, man. He gestures at the ground near his feet. This. As you watch, the spot that Dietrich is pointing at begins to glow. Lines of force spread out in a scintillating web, and a feeling of raw power suffuses your body. I've just torn open a channel between myself and the Dragon Slayer. That power you feel is his power, pouring through the ether and into that spot. If you're familiar with ley lines, it's the same basic concept. I consecrate a patch of ground, and as long as I stand in that spot, all of my magic gets stronger. He crosses his arms over his chest. Not bad, huh? What about another major shaman? Could someone else benefit from these channels too? He shrugs. Don't see why not. Like I said, it's basically a ley line. As long as you're on the Dragon Slayer's good side, I don't see why you couldn't use it. My idol, he isn't stingy with his gifts. Anyway, boss, I want to keep fiddling with this, learning to properly control it. That's a good idea. Please learn to control your new magical powers. I'm sure that you've got things to do as well. You take care of whatever else needs doing, and by our next run, I'll be ready to use this. Take care, buddy. Now I'm going to run in here, and we're just going to suck it up. We are going to talk to everybody before we go talk to the big dude. As you approach, Iga turns to face you. Her rifle has been field stripped. It is lying in pieces on a sheet of butcher paper. Butcher paper? Interesting decision there. Arranged in a neat row along the edge of the paper are bottles of copper solvent, bore cleaner, and lighter fluid. Our fearless leader returns. What do you need? Well, now that you've been a dick to me, I'm going to be a dick to you, huh? Why do you have to just keep being a dick? Are we good now, Iga? It depends on what you mean when you say good. I won't question your competence again, not in front of the others at least. But I'm not going to lie, I still have concerns about you. The feeling's mutual. She nods. That's fair. I've given you reason to be concerned. In fact, it'd be foolish of you not to be. For what it's worth, you have no reason to worry about my professionalism. My job is to support you and the rest of the team, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. As long as you hold up your end, everything should work out just fine. So is there something else you wanted to talk about, or can I get back to cleaning my rifle? You said that you had concerns about me. I'd like you to voice them. She shrugs. Alright, if that's what you want. Don't be too harsh though. You're green slosh too. No, I'm not green. My character's a whole history before this. I've run things with Monica before. I don't understand how you can assume that I'm green. Too green to lead this team. That's my professional assessment, and yeah, I'm concerned about the situation. You can alleviate these concerns by doing your job and doing it well. The only thing that'll fix this is time. I'm not going to let history repeat itself, Slosh. That won't happen on my watch. What history are you talking about? Let's just say I've had bad luck with underexperienced teammates and leave it at that. So was there something else you wanted to talk about, or can I go back to cleaning about my rifle? I'd like to hear about your time in the KSK. She shakes her head. No, I'm not in the habit of sharing war stories, Josh, not with people who've never served. It doesn't have to be a war story, I just want a better idea of who I'm running with. She looks at you in the eye for a moment, evaluating. Finally, she shrugs. Alright, Slosh. You win. I owe everything to my time in the KSK, from my street name on down. So you tell me what you want to know and we'll see where this goes. There's a lot of talking in this episode too, guys. So for you guys who'd rather see more shooting, Sorry. Tell me how you got your street name. Back when I was in basic training, a fellow recruit made a vulgar joke at my expense. He said that I reminded him of the north face of the Eiger in the Bernese Alps, huge and beautiful but dangerous to climb. His tone left little doubt as to what sort of climb he had in mind. I think that he was trying to proposition me in his own clumsy kind of way, poking me in front of the other recruits to try and provoke a reaction. Anyway, he got one. I broke 3 of his ribs and the name stuck. Oh my god, the options that this gives me to say are just so messed up. Like, if I was playing my last character, I'd have to say the last one. But this is a different game, so I'm going to say, served him right. Eiger regards you with a critical eye. You might actually mean that, but then you may just be trying to get on my good side. Anyone who uses a line like that, anyone who uses a line that bad deserves to get smacked around a little. She nods. Once we're in complete agreement, there was more to it than that. As soon as that idiot made his little joke, it was a foregone conclusion that I was getting saddled with the name Eiger. My only choice in the matter was whether it happened under his terms or under mine. If I hadn't broken that twit's ribs, the name Eiger would have meant a difficult sexual conquest to a whole barrack full of recruits. That's what I would have been to them from that point on. My own accomplishments be damned. Thanks to what I did, my new name meant the troll who doesn't take shit from anyone instead. It's a name I'm proud to go by, and I've hung on to it ever since. I like you, man. Eiger pauses for a moment, then looks you in the eye. A word of advice to you, Slosh. If anyone ever puts you in the position that he put me in, if he demeans you in front of your unit, whatever his intent, the appropriate response is to put that person down. Hard. Out in the field, nothing will kill you faster than losing the respect of your team. By that logic, I should have broken your ribs after Monica died. In your place, I would have. She looks you up and down appraising you. Not that you'd have succeeded if you tried, but in terms of saving face, it would have done wonders. In all seriousness, Slush, I'm sorry that I put you in that position. I shouldn't have. I acknowledge that. No shit. Wow. I mean, wow. Need anything else? Or can I get back to prepping? Who was in command? Metzger, best leader I've ever had the pleasure of serving under. He was a hell of a man. But he went down with the rest of the team, everyone but me. What happened to the team? No. That's one story I won't be telling. They died? That's all you need to know. Come on, tell me about your team. There were 8 of us, 2 commando squads, working together as a single unit. Schmidt and Lang were combat deckers, Wolf was our rigger and combat engineer, Fisher handled demolitions, Braun was a medic, and the rest of us, Metzger, Kruger and myself, were weapon experts. Oh my god, I don't have etiquette security! Our mission was extraterritorial, technically illegal, but important enough to justify the risk. We'd been sent across the border into Poland. The Russian mafia had set up a cottage industry and human trafficking all along the Oder-Neisse line, and it was our job to disrupt it. I really wish we could ask this, man. I wish we had it. That sounds more like a police action than military operation. I can't. We were a good team, experienced. We went through a lot together and we chalked up a lot of kills. In our own way, I'd like to think we did some good. Any thoughts about the last run? After all that moral ambiguity that we've been wading through, hitting Humanus was incredibly satisfying. What they had planned, it makes my blood boil just thinking about it. The thought of Star lying dead on the ground brings a smile to my face. I hope that he enjoys rotting in hell. Thanks, Eiger. She turns back to the disassembled components of her rifle. Sure thing, fearless leader could talk. Okay. Now, if my memory serves well, Glory is a bit of a talker, so we're hitting around about half an hour, so I'm going to leave this one right about here. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for all your hints, for all you guys who prefer a little bit more action than all of the talking and plot. This may not have been the most exciting episode for you guys, so I'm sorry, but I'm sure we're going to get stuck into that in the next one. So in the next episode, we'll come back, we'll talk to Glory, we'll talk to Amsel, and we'll move on from there and see what happens next in the story. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.